uchambuzi wetu wa masuala ya kisiasa pamoja na habari za magazetini. Moja kwa moja, karibuni sana mabingwa. Moja kwa moja tunaanza na gazeti la Taifa Leo. Pale habari iliyopewa kipaumbele ni kwamba watapeli kwa jina la rais, na habari hiyo inaendelea kusema kwamba afisi ya rais imelalamika vikali kwamba wanasiasa, wafanyabiashara, makatibu wa wizara ya maafisa wengine wa umma kunradhi, wamekuwa wakitumia jina la Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kwa njia isiyofaa, ikiwemo kutapeli watu. Na habari hiyo inasema kwamba matapeli hao hutumia jina la rais kujipatia umaarufu serikalini, ikiwemo kukiuka sheria za ununuzi ili kuendeleza maslahi yao ya kibinafsi. Wanapokabiliwa na shutuma za ukiukaji wa sheria, basi maafisa hao wakiwemo viongozi wa taasisi husema kwamba wametumwa na afisi ya rais. Wewe una maoni gani kuhusiana na swala hili, Abubakar? Je, rais anafaa kuingilia kati kusitisha masuala kama haya?
You know, this is just a show of the level of corruption. This is a reflection of what happens in the government. That if you know somebody at the top, you can go scot-free on anything. You can get tenders, you know, look at the tendering system. It should be on a fair basis. But what happens? If you know somebody from the office of the president, office of the deputy president, then you'll get a tender directly, you know, despite, you know, the legal ways of the tender system. But again, it's something that should be acted upon by the DCI. As much as you come in the name of the president, it does not guarantee you to go against the law. It does not guarantee, you know, impunity in any form in the government. So, if at all you are sent by the president or the office of the president for an official duty, then you should have letters showing it, because it should be, you know, something which is legit, something which is transparent, but not by word of mouth. Because these people who are coming through the word of mouth, saying I've been sent by the president, they are there for their self-interest. They are there for individual interest. So, if it's official duty, come with a letter from the office of the president. If it's not official duty, you want to gain something by using the name of the president, then you shouldn't be guaranteed whatever you're asking for. And if at all you are able to achieve whatever you achieve, then the DCI should be on your neck and you should be charged, you know, in the court of law.
Abubakar Mushiri, do you also echo the same sentiments as Said Korea as Abubakar Mushiri?
Mambo haya yanaonyesha uozo katika jamii. Kumekuwa na mambo kama haya, mtu kama anajua mtu fulani mkubwa anaweza fanya lolote, na pia sisi jamii tunaamini hivyo. Kwa hivyo mtu akikuja akwambie mimi nimetumwa na rais, hutataka kujua ametumwa kwa nini ama ametumwa kwa njia halali. Wewe utasema ni sawa tu na uendelee kufanya jambo ambalo anataka ama jambo ambalo anataka utekeleze. Kwa hivyo pia jamii tuna shida, na ndio maana huwa nasema kama tutamaliza ufisadi, lazima pia jamii iamue itamaliza ufisadi. Kwa sababu hata hawa viongozi wetu ni sisi tumewachagua, na wengi wetu tulikuwa na watu wengi sana ambao walikuwa wamewania viti mbalimbali ili wapate hizi vyeo, lakini tukaamua tuchague wengine. Hata ukiangalia historia yao ni watu ambao wamejihusisha na ufisadi, ni watu ambao wamefanya maovu mengi, lakini kwa sababu jamii inatukuza uovu, tunaishia kuchagua viongozi ambao ni waovu. Na wengi utasikia wakijidai wanajua mtu fulani ama wanajua watu fulani, kwa hivyo huwezi wafanyia chochote, au kupata mambo fulani katika serikali si ngumu kwao. Kwa hivyo pia katika jamii lazima tubadilike na tuamue tutabadilika. Tukiona viongozi wetu wamepotoka, pia hata sisi tumepotoka. Hata dini yetu inasema kama nyinyi ni wabaya pia mtapata viongozi wabaya. Na ni katika Kenya tunaona mambo kama haya. Pia ukiona rais ameanza kuteta, na pia watu ambao wanazunguka rais wameanza kuteta, pia yeye anafaa jiulize tumefika aje hapa? Kwa sababu watu ambao wamemzunguka, wengine ni yeye ameteua, au wengine ukiangalia vizuri ni marafiki wake. Kwa hivyo hawa ni watu ambao wanafanya mambo haya na wajali, kwa sababu wanajua urafiki wao.
Kwa hiyo nadhani kwamba rais anafaa kuingilia kati swala hili na aweze kusitisha. Anafaa
kuingilia kati, lakini tutaamini ameamua kusolve ama kuhakikisha mambo kama haya yameisha. Tukiona watu fulani wameshikwa na wametiwa jela, lakini hatujaona mambo kama haya. Watu wamekuwa kusema mambo haya, na pia wakienda kotini wanaachiliwa na wanaendelea kufanya biashara zao kama kawaida.
Ulikuwa na jambo la kusema na kuongezea?
Even if the president intervenes in such a case, and the DCI takes people to court and they are prosecuted, probably if they are prosecuted and charged with some sentences, then it will be, you know, a warning to others, you know, do not engage in such a crime at any one time. But again, you look at Africans, we give and glorify too much our leaders, you know, our politicians, you know, they are highly rated, and we have given too much power to them. They are exploiting it against us. You know, right now, look at the best economies in the world, the likes of Sweden, Denmark. You do not even know who is the president. But what happens here? If you become an MP, you have a whole convoy of vehicles, you have bodyguards everywhere, you move into a new house. I mean, that's what happens. And again, it starts with the system that we have, the electoral system, you know, whereby the presidency itself, it requires a large amount of money to get into that position. MPs, you know, when they come to political rallies, you're asking them for money, pesa ya macho, and in such avenues, they use so much on campaigns, and therefore when they get into government, they want to, you know, recover whatever they used. So in African society, we glorify too much our leaders, and they are using that power that we give them against us.
Yeah, let's continue with the Star there. The headline on the Star, it says governors probe bribery claims rock Senate PAC. Now, Senator Kajwang, who chairs the oversight committee, rubbished claims, asked complaints to officially report. Now, it continues on page 4 and 5, and this is quite interesting because it is in, you know, relation to the other story there. It says fresh bribery allegations against the Senate's watchdog committee have emerged. Members of the Senate's County Public Accounts and Investments Committee caused demanding bribes to clear governors with adverse auditors general reports. And this is you've seen in relation to it. It goes on to say, actually yesterday another governor who declined to be named said that the committee dramatizes everything to twist the county's bosses. If I can ask you, Said Kurio, what's your 2 cents on this story?
I think it is a very unfortunate thing to hear such stories coming from the Senate. We thought Senate is a voice of reason among the 2 houses. And now we are hearing what we have been hearing with the National Assembly. And I'm not shocked that no governor has ever been prosecuted for the things we hear, for the corruption cases we hear from their counties. So it is a sad story, and the person who is chairing this committee, Kajwang, should come out clearly. And by the way, it should not be end there. He should be investigated, and we should know the details of the matter. Because if actually he has been involved in graft, he should face full force of the law. He should be investigated the way people the way people like Governor Waitito, the process they have gone through. And he should even step down to so that we can know the details of the matter, because it is very, do you think because it is very serious. If these people are the people who are supposed to protect us, and now they collude with the people who are stealing from us,
claiming bribes,
then we have nowhere to run. And I think things are falling apart. Everyone, and I actually repeat what I have just said, that our society has a problem. We are no longer at peace. Center can no longer hold, and things have fallen apart. Because everyone wants to enrich himself. We have this attitude of accumulating wealth primitively, even at the expense of the people whom you are leading. That is why we don't have enough hospitals. That is why majority of Kenyans are being killed by treatable diseases. That is why even till now we have not recovered the bodies that the people who drowned at the ferry. We haven't recovered.
So let me call attention to Abu Bakar here. Do you think any governor can actually step down, for allegations of bribery?
Stepping down, unless it's legally, it's naturally in an African setup. Even if you are accused of whatever crime, economic crime, corruption and such, of even if it's 100 billion shillings, people rarely step down unless people come out and they start maybe an impeachment motion or demonstrations and such for that pressure to be there for you to step down. But the issue at hand, it's the PAC which is involved in this, And again, we see the chair the issues, some of the issues highlighted in which the committee could have been involved in corruption. One is the sugar scandal. You know, some time back there was that issue whereby, you know, there were allegations or claims that MPs were given, I don't know, 10,000 shillings in the toilets. They were bribed so that they could, you know, pull down the sugar report. And other cases in whereby, you know, they were meeting Ruaraka land reports, and other cases whereby they were meeting people in hotels to receive bribes. They are not proven. These are just allegations. They're not proven guilty. But again, tell me how you could start on a case about someone met in a hotel, was bribed. How can you get the evidence to take that person to court? I mean, now it could be hard for such a thing to happen.
Yeah.
But again, the chairman says that if you are sure of whatever accusations that you are saying, come in the right way, come in the legal way, and you are seeing in this legal way, if you come, then you'll have no solid evidences to take them to court. But again, we look at this is an issue of corruption, because we expect, you know, such committees in the parliament to be protecting the rights of citizens. You know, when you have cases of sugar, land grabbing and such, and they are going to the parliament, we have a committee handling this.
Yeah.
We expect that they'll by all means protect the citizens. But again, I look at it as a problem of society. But who is the society? Society, it's us. We cannot change this issue of corruption. What we need is a revolutionary leader. We need a fight against corruption is not a thing to joke of. Look at what we do. As somebody is suspected of, you know, stealing billions of shillings, taken to court for 1 week, he'll hit the headlines. You know, we should impeach him. We should look for a replacement.
Yeah.
Who is talking about the cabinet secretary, treasury right now? You know, cases go beyond the waters, and we forget about them. You know, people are never brought to book, and that's why corruption continues to reign. We need a revolutionary president. As much as the DPP does a lot in his duties, as much as the DCI does a lot in his duties, we need pressure from above, from an office like the presidency, who is like 100% in this, fighting against corruption, despite you being his ally, despite you being in his political party, that we do not care about whether you're my friend or you're my brother. We need a serious fight against corruption, and it has to start with the relevant judicial systems like the DPP, DCI, who are doing a great job on this. But we need a revolutionary leader who can change our society.
And on that comment about the revolutionary leader in order to change corruption in the country, we take our first break. Remember, you can join us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Horizontv Kenya, or chat with me directly on my Facebook at Mariam Kasim. See you on a short while. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amani juu yako mtazamaji. Wanakwetu wanatambua kama Mariam Mwacharo. Unatizama The Sabah Show.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Healthy Thursday is not just about diseases. It's about food, lifestyle, milestones in the medical practitioner's field, especially in our Muslim Ummah, and more so, your health. Discover breakthroughs and milestones in the medical field. Learn how to manage diseases.
There was no painful.
Join the discussion. Make better decisions on your meal plans. Improve your lifestyle.
All the doctors who are there were tired of working in maternity and taking care of women. And they say, you are the new kid on the block. We are leaving this department to you.
Healthy Thursday is about you, about your family, your lifestyle. So keep it locked Horizon TV on Healthy Thursday with me, Mariam Mwacharo.
Kiumbe dhaifu lakini jasiri. alitunukiwa sura nzima,
sura inayompa daraja yake inavyostahiki. Sharti ajigambe.
Naam, na pepo ipo chini ya nyayo zake.
Mpamba nyumba na nyoyo za wapendwa wake.
anayebeba majukumu yake pasina kupinga.
Mtazamaji, je, unamfahamu anayezungumziwa?
Bila ya kusahau hadhi yake na haki zake.
Ungana nami Rahma Swaleh na Sheikh Juma Amir,
tukuelimishe na kukupa mwelekeo katika maisha ya ndoa
kwenye kipindi Dira ya Mwanamke.
Usikose kutegea Dira ya Mwanamke Jumapili hii tarehe 6 mwezi wa Oktoba mwaka 2019 saa 2:30 usiku.
Akawa Abdul Muttalib ampenda sana Mtume sallam hata kushinda watoto wake. Na Abdul Muttalib, Mtume Muhammad sallam alikuwa ni mjukuu wake. Abu Talib na babake Mtume sallam limba ndugu, tumbo moja, mama moja, baba moja. Baada ya miaka miwili Abdul Muttalib kufa, alipofika miaka 10 wakaamua kufunga safari kwenda Sham, kwenda kufanya biashara. Faqala rahib, huyu mtoto akifika akionekana dola ya Rum watamuua. Akaamua kurudi kuweza kuishi katika mji wa Makka kwa mara nyingine.
On the next episode,
ni wangapi katika viongozi wa Kiislamu ambao wafanya mambo hata mtu kumtoa katika Uislamu wake, wamtoa katika ubinadamu, asiyekuwa Muislamu hawezi kuyafanya. Ni wangapi katika viongozi wa Kiislamu leo raha yao ni kuchukua wale watu kila ambao ni multazimina na maduata na mashekhe wakubwa wakubwa kwa watu ya gerezani. Raha yao ni kukata shauri mashekhe wale wawe wenye kuuawa, kunyongwa. Na yamefanywa na yafanywa na viongozi wa Kiislamu. Na angalia wengi wanaofanya mambo haya kweli hurudi wakatubia? Mara nyingi wallahu la hadithukum adh-dhalimin. Kwa sababu dhulma kitu baya wake, khairi dhulma ile wewe umekosana wewe na Mola wako. Mola ni Ghafur. Lakini dhulma ya kumdhulumu mtu, ukaja ukamweka mahali mtu hafai kuwekwa, ukaja ukamfunga mtu ukamwadhibisha, ukaja ukamuua mtu hakustahiki, bali mtu yule ni muslih na abadilisha watu, wewe angalia alaka yako. Mara nyingi Mwenyezi Mungu atakuacha akikuchukua, kuchukue akhadha azizi muqtadir, huna la kufanya tena, akufanye kwa namna pengine mara nyingine hata usipate kutubia.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amani juu yako mtazamaji. Wanakuita wanatambua kama Mariam Mwacharo. Unatizama The Sabah Show. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mpenzi mtazamaji, shukran sana kwa kuendelea kutegea. Iwapo unajiunga nasi kwa sasa, basi hujachelewa. Tunaendelea na uchambuzi wa magazeti nikiwa nayo timu yangu bab kubwa hapa, Bwana Said Kuria pamoja na mwenzake Bwana Abubakar Mushiri. Tunaendelea na uchambuzi wa magazeti. Let's take a look at the Daily Nation. It says Murumbi land ownership row haunts Ruto. Now lobby has written to the DCI, DPP and EACC seeking to have the deputy president investigated over irregular purchase of a 900-acre parcel of former VP's vast ranch, and the story goes on to continue on pages 4 and 5. However, there's something very interesting. When I came back here in the morning and I took a look at it, Ruto has actually tweeted that this is actually a lie. Yeah, according to Deputy President Ruto's tweet there, we took a look at it in the morning with the the research team here at Horizon. He says the now persistent, obviously sponsored fake news by hired bankrupt media that finds it difficult to make a sell without the name Ruto, bure kabisa, riswa. Hivyo ndio Ruto amesema. Sasa nataka kuuliza Bwana Said Kuria, do you think probably somebody is Ruto amekuwa targeted to be brought down by someone?
Obviously it is a case, because this is not the first time we are hearing accusation against His Excellency Dr. William Ruto. It has happened severally, and this is not the first case. Even before he became the deputy president, there were several cases that were moved to court against him, and he won those cases because if you look at the current political situation and how even Ruto has grown to where he is, he has been very ambitious. He has, of course, gained support over time. And being in Kenya, and when you talk about politics, of course, some people are envious about the support he enjoys across the country. And still, I support his tweet. I actually saw his tweet when he said that these newspapers, sometimes they write stories so that they can get readership, and of course they can sell many copies. And it is actually the case. It is a day goes, almost all newspapers, it is a day passes without writing about His Excellency Dr. William Ruto. And some of the stories they write, they have not even known whether these stories are true or whether they are false. And if it is a case, there is an issue, they should wait for this lobby to go to court and prove their case. But now they are prosecuting the case in public. When you write such a headline, you have deemed the person whom you are writing about guilty, so the people will judge that person harshly. That is what His Excellency Dr. William Ruto is complaining about. That these newspapers, they don't do their work well. They don't investigate. They don't do their homework. They just write stories to sell so that they can attract to a particular audience, and so that they can sell many copies.
So you don't think actually the deputy president is being targeted?
He is being targeted. I know you're very
passionate about this.
And he is being targeted. And I still want to add that sometimes these newspapers, they have owners. They want to set particular agendas. We used to call it agenda setting. Agenda setting. So they want to influence public in a particular way.
I know that you're very passionate about this. Let me take a comment from Abubakar kindly. Let me take, Abubakar, very quickly as we continue.
As we listen to Said, there is nothing wrong in what he's saying, but you have to understand this is a psychophan. He is somebody who follows like a sheep being taken to the cattle dip. You have to filter what he's saying. First, let me highlight this. Before 2013 elections, before 2017 election, who was bringing up cases against Uhuru and Ruto? Probably no one. There were very few cases. As much as we might talk about the deputy president is being targeted, for some reason, there was a poll which was done. We cannot talk about the credibility of the poll, whereby they highlighted that the deputy president and Anne Waiguru were the most corrupt people. This is not because he has been charged in a court of law. It's not because he has been sentenced for a certain reason. But these are because of what we see, because people believe what they see. And they are seeing yesterday in the papers, we were talking about an irrigation project which was launched. And by all means, the cabinet secretary who is in Ruto's government, MPs who are in Ruto's camp, highlighted definitely this project was not supposed to be launched. The legal procedures were not followed. Compensation had not been finished. And today we are seeing, about a land that was bought. And in the same case, that story is almost 1.5 pages long. And it's talking about other stories, I don't know, Weston Hotel. So in some way, it tends to taint the deputy president image, and
So you actually think he's being targeted?
He could be targeted, but again, if he's innocent of whatever he's saying, then he should come out and first if you're saying that the media, you know, is posting certain things which are not right, charge the media station, you know, start from there. Because if you complain on Twitter each and every day that, you know, these people are you know, they have no stories and such, they are bringing false information, then go one day to court. If at all whatever they accused you of is you are innocent of it, they will be charged, they will be sued, and again they will never bring up such a story.
Let's continue with another story here. Let me continue with the Standard there. If we take a look at the Standard newspaper, the story that has been given head there is that Kenya holds on to 7 billion in old notes, and central bank mop up of old currency net 60 billion, but questions persist over missing billions and suspicious transactions. Where is the money?
The money is with the people. Because the money, first we talk about changing currency. This is something which was highlighted, you know, in the constitution, but again it took too long to implement. And when it was said to be implemented, now people started, the likes of Korea, you know, they started again saying that Ruto is being targeted for whatever reason, I don't know whatever reason, but you know, they said this is a fight against corruption, somebody is being targeted, which was unfortunate, but again we had to follow the law in this. So we talk about the recovery of money. 7.4 billion is missing, you know, it was not recovered. We have 3,172
cases,
yeah, which are, you know,
yet to be
suspicious transactions, you know, and these are a clear indication that money has always been lost in corruption, and people have been stashing their money in their bedrooms, and others, you know, in offshore accounts and such. But again, the reclamation of it is very poor. You cannot recover money which was used in corruption by changing the currency, if that was the motive at all. Because one, if the deadline comes, as much as you might have much money, you will probably be into spending or giving loans and such, but the money will still be yours. You will be still in possession of it. So if at all the government, as much as we were following the constitution, the change of currency was also, you know, a side agenda of fighting against corruption, look at about the reclamation of finances. If a person is brought to court, you know, accused of 1 billion shillings lost in corruption and found guilty, then find a way in recovering from his assets, you know, that 1 billion shillings. But again, change of currency wouldn't have solved corruption. And people, let's not talk about, let's not focus on one person. You know, every day a person is being targeted. No one is being targeted.
Over corruption.
This is an issue. This is an issue of the guilty. It's an issue of the guilty are always running. The guilty are always running.
Very quickly.
I never knew my friend Abakar Mushiri is a propagandist who is talking of things he cannot substantiate. He's talking that Deputy President never complained about the change of currency. In fact, but he welcomed the CBK governor in his office and told Kenyans that this is a move which is supported by government, and he actually supports them
and
move.
Before we continue, I would kindly ask you to withdraw the statement about him being a propagandist. We do not.
But he cannot substantiate what he is saying. And I want to add that sometimes people, I don't know whether this word Ruto is very sweet to mention. People mention Ruto everywhere. Ruto never opposed the move to change currency. And by the way, this was a populist. And I comment, this is my personal opinion about the change of currency. It was a populist idea that it will help in mopping, in exposing those who have been engaging in corruption.
Do you think it is working?
It never worked. And by the way, it has never worked. We have precedences in other countries where countries tried to expose those who are involved in black deals and even in corrupt deals through changing currency and giving a shorter period to change currency, but it never worked. So we should have learned from those countries. It has happened in India. It never worked. It happened in Nigeria.
So what do you think should have been done instead?
Government should be sober. I think there are some officials in the government who are so fixated in 2022 politics. They think if they can do some things to target some people, and which won't work. And I believe this will prove them wrong, because even after this, Deputy President will continue doing what he is doing. Some people say that he'll not walk around the country because the money he had has been locked out. He had money in thousands, but he'll continue walking around the country because he's a clean man.
Deputy President is a clean man. Let's take a look at the Standard, page 3. Rather a very interesting story. You know, Kenyans are lovers of meat. a lot, roast meat. So actually there is news that red meat is not harmful to your health, and this is a study, major research led by scientist McMaster in the Dunhouse University found cutting back has little impact on health. So if you cut back on red meat, it actually has very little impact. Are you happy about this, Bwana Kuria? I'm sure you're very happy because Kenyans are naturally lovers of red meat.
Kenyans are naturally lovers of red meat, and those who, they should be advised that using a lot of red meat is not healthy. But majority of Kenyans cannot even afford red meat. You know, when we talk of Kenyans, we talk of those who are in Nairobi. If you go to rural areas, meat is it's
a rare commodity.
It is a rare commodity. They can't afford meat. So those who have problems are those who can afford. So it should not be an issue. But of course, people should be told to take caution, because no one should die. Because
Mr. Mushiri, are you very happy about this news?
Of course.
That now you can take red meat.
Yeah. Because, you know, for long we have had an issue about red meat. People, previous researchers, you know, had said that red meat is harmful to your health, it can cause cancer, and they were advising, you know, take white meat. And people are into chicken, into, you know,
fish.
And I have a few friends of mine who could not consume red meat at all. They were telling me I only eat white meat for no specific reason. But I think it will change the narrative.
So now you can go and tell them to this weekend you can call me, I can join you for red meat nyam chom there. Let's take a look at page 4, a rather sad one. State auditor warned of looming ferry disaster. Now we know that there was an incident that happened on Sunday. A car slipped back into the water at the Likoni ferry there, and we have till now not recovered the body. Now, a year ago, actually, Auditor General Edward Oko warned about the stability of the pulleys and prows designed to protect ferry passengers and motorists from sliding back into the ocean. That's number one. They already received a warning, but never worked on it until now. Now that this has happened, they're being exposed. Number two, the governor was actually quoted saying that he's going to bring divers from South Africa to actually retrieve the bodies. Why would the governor actually take a stand on that when we have divers in Mombasa? What's your take on that, Abu Bakar?
We have divers in Mombasa. I saw Mr. Musa.
Mr.
You know,
Musa and his team.
He was restricted for some time by the police, and they were saying, you know, we'll bring our divers. Then people said no, let him. He has been doing this for long, and they allowed him back. I mean, this is an issue. This is a fear of the failure of the government. They were stopping him because they have seen a failure on their part. And again, a warning had been issued. People never acted upon it. As much as one side was effective in its duties, the other one failed, which is very unfortunate. But what you know startles me is that there is no compensation. There is no that party liability compensation by the ferry owners, by the government. You know, the ferry issue. So it could be hard on a legal basis to compensate the family. But by all means, the family should be compensated. And again, look at preventive measures in which can be done. I mean, these ferries, they have been there for long. You know, they are not safe. You know, we have seen this, and again, this is almost 5 days after the incident, and this is the time that the government is doing something about the recovery of bodies. Whereas it's saying that, you know, the security guards team, they were saying they were on the ground, but you know, people were just taking videos, watching as the car sank, you know, which is very unfortunate. So it's upon the government to, as much as they have failed on this, look at the future. If possible, ensure that the ferries are safe for personal use, for people use, because it's our right, you know, to have our safety guaranteed by the government. And again, look at how the guards at the coast, you know, can be well enhanced. You know, they are talking about they are not able to see in the deep waters, and this is something which could have been looked at. You know, if such an accident happens, what can we do? So it's upon the government, as much as they have probably failed in this,
contingency measures.
Let us look at the forward and what we can assure almost 100% security.
Before I come to you, Bwana Kuria, let's take a short break and then we'll come back to this story. Mtazamaji, shukran sana kwa kuendelea kutegea the premier Islamic TV station Horizon TV. Kumbuka, unaweza kuungana nasi katika kurasa zetu za mitandao Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Horizon TV Kenya, ama sema nami pale Facebook at Mariam Kasim. See you in a short while. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amani juu yako mtazamaji. Wanakwetu wanatambua kama Mariam Mwacharo. Unatizama The Sabah Show.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Healthy Thursday is not just about diseases. It's about food, lifestyle, milestones in the medical practitioner's field, especially in our Muslim Ummah, and more so, your health. Discover breakthroughs and milestones in the medical field. Learn how to manage diseases.
Oh, that was not painful.
Join the discussion. Make better decisions on your meal plans. Improve your lifestyle.
All the doctors who are there were tired of working in maternity and taking care of women. And they say, you are the new kid on the block. We are leaving this department to you.
Healthy Thursday is about you, about your family, your lifestyle. So keep it locked Horizon TV on Healthy Thursday with me, Mariam Mwacharo.
Kiumbe dhaifu lakini jasiri.
Alitunukiwa sura nzima,
Sura inayompa daraja yake inavyostahiki. Sharti ajigambe.
Naam, na pepo ipo chini ya nyayo zake.
Mpamba nyumba na nyoyo za wapendwa wake.
anayebeba majukumu yake pasina kupinga.
Mtazamaji, je, unamfahamu anayezungumziwa?
Bila ya kusahau hadhi yake na haki zake.
Ungana nami Rahma Swaleh na Sheikh Juma Amir
Tukuelimishe na kukupa mwelekeo katika maisha ya ndoa.
kwenye kipindi Dira ya Mwanamke.
Usikose kutegea Dira ya Mwanamke Jumapili hii tarehe 6 mwezi wa Oktoba mwaka 2019 saa 2:30 usiku.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amani juu yako mtazamaji. Wanakwetu wanatambua kama Mariam Mwacharo. Unatizama The Sabah Show. Shukran sana kwa kuendelea kutegea the Premier Islamic TV station Horizon TV. Mtazamaji, unatizama Healthy Thursday nami wako Mariam Mwacharo. Hapo baadaye tutaweza kuangazia how to take care of a newborn. Lakini kwa sasa unaungana nasi katika awamu yetu ya Lala Salama katika uchambuzi wa magazeti, nikiwa nao timu yangu ambao kidogo tu wapigane hapa washikane mireka, Bwana Said Kuria pamoja na Bwana Abubakar Mushiri. Karibu mtazamaji, kumbuka unaweza kuungana nasi katika kurasa zetu za mitandao Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Horizon TV Kenya. Tukiangalia gazeti la Standard on page 7, Mudavadi says visa threats behind handshake deal. Now it says Amani National Congress leader Musalia Mudavadi now claims the handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga was born out of blackmail. Now Mr. Mudavadi says that actually the handshake was, it happened because some Western countries threatened the opposition leaders not to get visas to travel into those countries. Do you agree with this news, Bwana Said Kuria, ama handshake imesaidia nchi yetu?
I totally agree. The handshake was not born out of good intentions, and by
the country,
for the country, and that is why it has even divided the country more than it was, because the hostilities that was between Jubilee government and ODM government have not ceased. You saw yesterday a member of parliament calling the other member of parliament stupid and a boy, which is unacceptable and which should not happen. Bearing in mind that it is something that is being televised, because they belong to different camps. And the two individuals that were involved, they did not involve everyone. You cannot, country does not belong to individuals. You cannot enter into a deal and exclude the people who are stakeholders. And when I talk about stakeholders, I'm talking about the true representatives of the people. elected leaders, President Kenyatta and former Prime Minister Odinga should have involved the other stakeholders. They should have involved their colleagues, members of parliament, senators, governors, so that we can know that the deal was born out of good intentions. And I believe Western countries, and it has always been the case, pushed these people to do what they did because they have interest. They did not do this because of good intentions. They did this to protect their interests. So that is insult to our sovereignty. That is insult to our pride. It means that we don't still have independence, and we are not independent in making decisions that touch on our lives. And by the way, these things should cease. We should not have leaders who act at the behest of imperialists, of former colonial masters.
I can see that Abubakar is actually smiling. What comments do you have?
Of people who are not in Kenya, and of people who have continued raping resources of our continent. And when I talk about this, I'm talking about Western countries.
Okay. Yes, Abubakar.
You know, first, I wouldn't say, despite, you know, the end justifies the means. You know, whether the handshake was done through blackmailing or such, you know, it has brought some kind of unity in the country. It has lessened the tension, you know, in the country. It has created a good business environment. You know, people are afraid of investing in the country because after elections, we had slightly more than half of the country going one way and lesser than half going to the other direction, which was not positive. So it's all about the fruits. The end justifies the means. So we talk about it was done through blackmail and such and such. The handshake was positive. It has brought unity, but again, in politics, you do not expect people to be moving in one direction, unless then there would be competition in politics. We must always have competitors in politics. But again, the manner in which we compete is to be questioned, because first, you know, our kind of political following, I mean, it's in some way, it's 100% following on what our leader is saying. We do not have that independent thoughts. I mean, if you hold a different position in a political party, different from your colleagues, I mean, they will tend to say that you're in the other division. You know, they do not allow, you know, they do not accept thoughts, you know, which are independent, which is very unfortunate. But for me, the handshake was done. Again, we need to strengthen the unity, and as we talk about opposition, never expect that the country will never have opposition. Opposition is very essential for the country because it criticizes the government on its weaknesses. In cases of corruption, in the past, who will unravel those cases? It will be the opposition. Yeah. And again, it is very essential. So, but the manner in which we do this is to be questioned. So we talk about national unity. We need parties which have a national outlook. And when we talk about opposition, it shouldn't be that you go to the parliament, insult each other, and then maybe a bill arises on the increment of salaries, and you all agree. That is not the kind of politics we need in this country. We need politics which are ideologically based. People who have one agenda for the citizens of this country, and if it should be in differing, should be in terms of development agendas, which is better for the country. Okay. So let us look at harmonious way of coexisting, and if we oppose each other, let us oppose each other in decorum, not in insults and such.
Let's take a look at the People Daily there very quickly on pages 2 and 3. But page 2, pregnancy crisis as donors cut family planning funding. Now it goes on to say Kenya is facing a contraceptives shortage crisis following a warning by donors that funding is drying up. The international aid agencies also expressed concern over the government's apparent reluctance to commit more funds to family planning programs, with latest figures showing an explosion in teenage pregnancies. And this was actually my question. Do you think, or rather don't you think, this is going to increase the number of child pregnancies that we have? Because according to statistics there, it also says in every 5 school-going teenage girls get pregnant by the age of 20. And now, you know, family planning funds are going to be cut. Pregnancies are going to increase in the country.
Of course, it is an unfortunate thing to have teenage pregnancies because they affect the lives of the people involved throughout their lives. Because they don't get proper education and they don't get enough time to do the things they should be doing at that age. But there is this issue of being over-dependent on donor funding. As a country, we should now teach ourselves to address our own issues.
Yeah.
Because the moment we over-depend on these people, the moment they withdraw their support, we are left in problems. And it can happen. It has ever happened. I talk about Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso. He actually helped his country to walk out of this over dependence, where you depend on everything. You depend on foreign countries on virtually everything. So as a country, we should teach ourselves how to manage our resources, because we have enough resources, and even how we should deal with these people who sometimes they pretend that they are helping, yet they are helping with intentions of getting even more than what they are giving, and at least solve our own problems, because no one will come from elsewhere and solve our own problems. No one will come from elsewhere and liberate us. No one will come from elsewhere and know our priorities. We are the people responsible for our plight. We are people responsible for what is happening in our country, and we are the people who should know how to walk out of those problems.
Let me call the attention of Mr. Abubakar here to another story, rather. On Daily Nation, pages 11 there, it says, sale of heartburn drug ranitidine rather suspended. Now, if you, a family member or friend, is taking ranitidine, a commonly used heartburn drug, you are advised to stop taking the medicine. And it goes on to say that research has had it that this drug actually causes cancer. And I think this is good news, that if Kenya actually, gets to know or learn of such news, then it needs to let the citizens know what precautions they should take on the drugs that they actually take, because heartburn is a very common condition in everybody. Don't you think so?
Yeah, it's very positive, that such discoveries come to book, because they protect the lives of the citizens.
Yeah.
And again, we look at cancer as a disease. I mean, these are diseases which is, you look at the 80s and the 70s, where people are taking organic foods, probably herbal medicine from the forest. Cancer was not a disease in such times. But look at what is happening. Some of the medicine, I was reading that story, and the medicine, the drugs can cause cancer because it has some form of impurities.
Yeah.
So these are a problem in the production of the medicine, as much as its purpose is to solve heartburn condition, but it has impurities which can cause cancer. So again, we need to do more research on the drugs that we take, on the foods that we eat, so that we can fight cancer from the roots.
Yeah, and that story has also been highlighted on the People Daily. There's actually breakthroughs in cancer treatment right now. There's a vaccine for cervical cancer, and as well as treatment, there's development in treatment of prostate cancer, and that's good news. Let me take your attention there, Mr. Said Kuria. On the Star, pages 27, it says, Mandera leaders plead for calm after 10 people killed in sleepy Banisa village. We've heard of this time and time again. We've seen Mandera people, fighting each other, the herders and the pastoralists there. And this is not something new. Just recently, killings have been cited there. What do you think is the ultimate solution to these feuds that our pastoralists are having in our country?
I think the buck stops with the government. The government is responsible in providing security and in addressing the conflicts that are rising between communities. And they may say that it is difficult to address some of these issues, but I believe if they involve leaders, local leaders, who know actually what happens and what leads to these deaths, what leads to these people to fight each other, they can solve these problems.
But it is because the Mandera leaders themselves who are calling for a ceasefire right now.
Government is negligent. Government is somehow relaxed on its role of addressing security concerns of its citizens, because it is the only agency that can be in position to bring these warring groups together, because sometimes they may have their solution at the local level, then after some time we hear it has burst again. But government has even resources, has capacity to address these things, and we elected this government to do such things, so it is their work So they should address.
So leaders, you're
Yes,
saying that
yes,
leaders
leaders
should
have
involve the
failed.
local leaders. The
Yes.
leaders have failed.
Yes.
Do you share the same sentiments, Abubakar, very quickly?
Oh, he's talking too much on the government. The government has a role to ensure an enhanced security of the people. But again, look at this issue. This is not an issue of government. This is pure social conflict. You know, you cannot solve social conflict from the government. These are maybe the local leaders, the elders should, you know, come together, call the community, because these young people who are fighting against each other, they know them. They should talk to them, you know, create peace. And again, look at this issue. These are issues which arise from pastoralists. You know, in Samburu, West Pokot, cattle raids and such.
Yeah.
So it's an issue of fighting for resources, you know, the fittest to survive. So again, what the government can only do is, you know, look for alternative means of livelihood. You know, we are doing there's some form of irrigation in some northeastern counties and such. So if they promote such kind of things, then we won't have conflict based on, you know, on water dams and such. Then maybe that is the much the government can do, and then the other part is to be played by the elders in bringing the community together. And it's very unfortunate it's Muslims who are killing each other in this case. So that's what should be done.
Yeah, I very quickly,
to support
only
him,
like 5 seconds.
Actually, to support him, you know, we have issues of climate change.
Yes.
And we have even scarcity of resources like water.
Yes.
As long we not address climate change, these conflicts will continue because people will fight for resources.
Yeah.
Even when I'll support him partly that government cannot wholly solve the matter, because when we talk about resource, everyone is competing to survive, and if resources are scarce, then people must fight so that the one who is strongest can go away with the resource. So sometimes we must address the concerns of climate change. We must know how, because we have scarce resources, how we should share them. And when I talked about government, I said that they should involve local leadership and even local people to have participatory leadership.
I am being told that we are out of time for this particular segment, the newspaper review. Thank you so much for joining me on this newspaper review, Bwana Abubakar Mushiri and Bwana Said Kuria. Shukran sana kwa kuweza kugrace this show. And to you, our viewers, thank you so much for staying tuned. But do not go anywhere. When we come back, we take a look at how to take care of a newborn. See you in a short while. Do not touch that dial. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amani juu yako mtazamaji. Wanakwetu wanatambua kama Mariam Mwacharo. Unatizama The Sabah Show.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Healthy Thursday is not just about diseases. It's about food, lifestyle, milestones in the medical practitioner's field, especially in our Muslim Ummah, and more so, your health. Discover breakthroughs and milestones in the medical field. Learn how to manage diseases. Join the discussion. Make better decisions on your meal plans. Improve your lifestyle.
All the doctors who are there were tired of working in maternity and taking care of women. And they say, you are the new kid on the block. We are leaving this department to you.
Healthy Thursday is about you, about your family, your lifestyle. So keep it locked Horizon TV on Healthy Thursday with me, Mariam Mwacharo.
Horizon